Hey, it's ObamasWeapon.com. I happen to know the secret. I know the secret to how all this shit got implemented that I talk about on my website. The weapons, the satellites, the radar. The first one ever built was in 1960. Puerto Rican radar field, then Brazilian radar field. And then we got HARP later. And we have HIPPOS. And we have like 25 of these. And you go to out into the middle of the ocean, there's some out there. You got some up in other countries, built by other countries. Other countries have them too. So, you know, these deadly fucking goddamn military radar systems bounce radiation off the sky into people. Well, let me tell you, let me try to open your fucktard mind. There's a lot of fucktards out there. I'm really talking about the general public. I don't really think most of the general public's fucktard. I think they know exactly what this shit is. I think that when you go to them for help, they're just a bunch of pussy fuckers. They're professionally educated, butt buddies with police officers. Oh, are you a fucking U.S. attorney? Oh, you're a rapist, bitch. You're the head chief fucking FBI agent running the show, doing all the investigations and shit, having access to every NSA and CIA tool and military tool that you fucking want. When the tool became available to all these masses, all these people, all these police officers around the country, every police officer in our country, in every city, every sheriff, every fucking district attorney, prosecutor, they know that this shit's there. There's these networks of attorneys. They know too. Okay, and then you have InfraGuard, and you have all these infrastructures all over the country. You have fucking hospitals and universities. But when this all became available, somebody was making money designing this. Okay, the public needs to understand that. If you're a victim and you're coming to look for information on this, and guess what? When it became available, somebody's popping a boner. They're not thinking, oh, civil liberties are being violated. They think, oh, I got a new secret tool to use to rape citizens with. And they're all standing with power. Oh, I can now spy on people through the walls when I want to see, when I dominate them. And when I want to direct a little radiation in their body. I can kill a patient in his sleep at the state hospital. I can kill him at the in jail. I could target his family. I can do this all over the country. And I could target thousands of people all at once. And we have basically the capacity to target unlimited amounts of people at once. And we just keep doing it. Okay? And none of it's secret, none of it's exotic. That's the important thing here. Is that this is documented and patented and exposed shit for decades. They've had this out there. They've downed planes. They assassinate senators. They fucking fuck with people's cars. They run experiments all over the fucking country. Police officers, law enforcement are the number one people in command of this shit. And it's like a secret tool that Homeland Security is using too. And like all those tanks and grenades, they toss grenades in baby cribs these days and shoot people in the back all the time. Okay. And they have these armored cars and stuff, and sound wave weapons. Oh my god, sound waves are coming at me. Shit. Who the fuck is allowed to use sound waves and radiation on people? Oh, I'll tell you who, the police. Look at Ferguson, they used it there. They got microwave-based ones too. And they want to use those pussy little microwave tools in prisons. And they want to go, and they got those at LA County. They'll use a active denial system on the prison rioters there. And you're talking about literally cooking them and causing severe panic. You're frying. You feel like you're frying when that's being used. Extreme pain in your nerves. Oh, and LRAD causes that too. Extreme pain using sound waves. Not just in your ears, but in your fucking whole body. and heating up your body and stuff. It can do that with sound waves. And LRAD's really like an omnidirectional version. They have focused ones. They can focus on targets individually. And these are usually the space or phased array antenna based versions. They built some systems to just keep working on people across the country that would work in stealth. And they're murdering people over decades with this technology called phased array antennas, interferometry. And I've heard Prosecutor Dave Logan talk about how this is illegal, violates the Fourth Amendment when they're using satellites to spy on you and using building penetrating technologies that let them image the house, your house and your buildings, almost like MRIs. And then computers can fucking spoof that up, spiff it up with fucking digital crap to make it so they can see your balls in color through the walls. Yeah, and they see you fucking your girl. Oh, they see everything, man. All in secret. But guess what? You know, they do see everywhere you look. They're talking about how they're ultra secret, trying to keep the courts from knowing about this. The district, juries can't know. Public defenders can't know, but public defenders do know all over. And that not only do they know, but they're protecting it. And there's criminal conduct happening amongst themselves to protect it all around the country. And huge force of suppression. If you're claiming that NSA spied on you or somebody spied on you, the military's got the ability to attack you. Guess what? Your public defender can find information on the internet about that, but they won't defend you, and they'll leave you in your cell to die. Or they'll let the police set you up, and the district attorney set you up. But yet, the only protection you got, Constitution says you got a fair trial right. That means the state shouldn't have the ability to keep anything secret at all. Oh, and all those people spied on you, and the DA secretly knows all this information. And they don't even do this because you're criminal. They prosecute you to persecute you, to fuck you and your family up, throw you in jail and kill you and get rid of you. That's what they do if you become a target of the worst of their shit. And it has nothing to do with there being crime and reasons to protect America, because when you have all this crime happening around America with the military, surveillance, and electronic warfare crap, they got other stuff too. They got bio warfare, they got germ warfare. They've dosed people with germs and drugs and radiation on purpose, getting them cancers. It's sick, and they're stalking them on the streets. And they do this to fuck people up. They sensitize them, they program them. They want them to be all like... They can call in a team of people to harass a person. And they'll just go around following them, making noises around them. They'll fucking give people looks. They'll basically track you so well when they really want to harass you. If you're a whistleblower, this basically can't happen. If you're a whistleblower like me, boom, they pour in all their resources to stalk you around town. They know where you're going to be because they're in your thoughts, reading your brainwave with shit. They know that in your house you're planning. Well, even though we're killing and torturing him with radiation, he's still going to have to live because he ain't getting help from nobody. Nothing's going to fucking change. Nothing. So he's going to go to the store and buy some food, or he's going to think about going and buying a cell phone. We're going to stalk him to this fucking cell phone store. Yeah, that's what these fucking tards do. And they'll have girls and people come by your house screaming and yelling. And then they'll follow you in the bus if you're riding on the fucking bus. They'll send someone driving by your house trying to, look at you and stuff. That's the way it actually works. And it's really well produced because they'll pick people dressed up and shit. And, depending on how they want to do it, at first it was a game. And, a lot of racial shit, sexual shit. and dudes zipping their lips closed like they're going to keep a secret. See, when that type of crap happens, you're in danger. It's just like, let me compare it to when the CIA went and drugged people in San Francisco. A team of people in San Francisco go to a bar, you're in danger. They've been watching you the whole time. FBI, all police are involved. They own the police. They'll openly say, we own the police. We're not afraid of being exposed. Because they fucking do. All right? And they'll slip some LSD in you. You'll have a psychotic episode. You end up dead in a fucking river somewhere. Or you're in a psych institution. Or you're in a jail because they fucking put drugs in you. See, that's what MK Ultra is about. Sometimes they just do crazy shit to you. Oh, psilocybin. Hundreds of thousands of victims, raping kids, kidnapping them. Okay, getting you into a psychiatrist's control for excess doses of like mind control shit. Right? And there's doctors, dangerous doctors all over the country. Dangerous doctors, dude. The doctors are the dangerous shit in this country. They're what reinforces all this. All these researchers and doctors, psychiatrists, medical doctors, psychologists. Psychologists and psychiatrists has always been about fucking up citizens. Okay? And there's two different sides to it. There are trained psychiatrists who want to use all their knowledge for what's called experimental psychiatry to damage and tear apart citizens, mutilate them, learn how to make them really uncomfortable playing mind games on them, using sound inappropriately. How do you torture CIA targets? Feed them in their anus with pasta and ground up nuts and crap and rectal hydration and sound music that's designed to harass them. And they get it more and more invasive, man. Microwaves and LSD and psilocybin. I mean, come on. Knowing that you're just gonna want to go back to your cell. You're gonna say whatever after so long. You just want to go back to your cell and go to sleep when we fuck you up for so long. They know all about those techniques that how your nerves are gonna start to get on you, and you just you don't understand why you're being tortured and abused, and when you just want to rest, and well, you're gonna say whatever. And you're going to end up being made psychotic. Lose control of your own nerves. All right? So they don't care about you. But they want to exert control over you. Out in the public, they have this level of control too. Okay? I've always had it. They've been caught doing it so many times around the country. Hundreds of thousands of people. Like in San Francisco, you got a team of CIA people around you. And you got no way to know. Or any other type of group of individuals. But the government knows. They got this really invasive surveillance technology everywhere. Nothing slips past them. Nothing is done that they don't want. And they don't use any of this system to protect you. And there's danger all around you. And the police officers, they're not going through all this technology and all these techniques kept classified for one reason. Prevent government exposure. Don't let civilians have anything they can use to protect themselves at all. In court, no way to verify an officer's thoughts on the day that he actually done nothing. Is he lying? Did he concoct and engineer his story after the fact? Did they find and create witnesses? Did they, did someone lie to set you up? So they have the way to know this. They have the technology. They have all the ways to do it. All classified. Even government's own statements have said this. Gets all classified in a big hurry whenever they develop some new method. Doesn't matter if the FBI or the police did it or DA, CIA and NSA classifies the shit out of it. And that includes satellites that can read brainwaves, heart rate, track your breath. That's electronic warfare. It analyzes a human or an organic creature to see if it's alive and what it's doing. It's automated artificial intelligence tracking us all like that. It's sick. It's fucked up. No one knows it's up there. I know the guy who helped invent some of it, Dr. Robert Duncan. And that's why this isn't a secret. It's actually been out there. Now, notice all the other scandals that ever go on. No one gets arrested. No one goes to jail. Police officers, government officials, Dick Cheney, Bush, Obama, nobody. Prosecutors, no one gets in trouble. State employees, oh, they're raping patients for decades. Scandals at the state hospital. You have retaliation against patients where they're dying after the abuse. Tommy Smith, Chris Crawford. I almost died. In fact, they did worse things to me. They used technology, radiation on me to fuck me up in secret. Okay? And you don't know what patients die ever at the state hospital that this wasn't used on. It's how they do it. They're fucking sick and mentally ill shit. And there's going to be security videos showing their violence and security audio where they're admitting and running an operation illegally. Nobody, the way they act is it's like the entire state's going to get exposed. All the fucking unions are going to get exposed. Oh, God. The lack of liability insurance where the state's going to have to pay lots of tax money, all the patients who are victimized that they don't want to pay. So they're covering shit up every day like clockwork. So well that they cover it up that nothing gets out. And the public, and when it gets out though, there's been really good juicy stories in the paper. Most of the time, the media is so stupid when they're covering this. And they just run press releases. They don't even investigate this crap. They don't care if the integrity of the people that they're reporting on has been tarnished time and time again. I've seen there's hypocritical crap in the paper. They're out to just make money. And the stories don't cover things right. And there's not good investigations. Plus, when they go to investigate, the records aren't there. The government is not documenting their own crimes. And there's no, for the patients and inmates, there's no you're helpless and powerless. There's no attorneys, there's no private investigators, nobody from the outside working for you, okay? And state employee, though, they're like a police officer. They beat someone up, they kill them, whatever, they don't get fired. They're running a drug smuggling ring, they're raping patients. The state already knows about it when you tell. When you go to tell somebody, oh, we know about this. And, that's what happened with Chris Crawford. See, he knew, or he went to the staff, and the staff already knew. And they told him not to say anything. Oh, we already know about the relationship where a female patient or a female staff is raping a male patient, which is illegal. It's the same as in a jail. You have a jail staff fucking a patient. It's considered rape no matter what. It's because the inmate can't consent. They're not supposed to be able to. But not at the state hospital, man. Nobody gets in trouble. And they'll just know for years that it's going on. And then they'll sweep it under the rug because they don't want to do anything. These are white-collar people, unions that could not do any wrong no matter what's going on. It's sick. And then you have the private investigation firms. Actually, not private. They're state-ran. All of his investigation training the state police, they're protecting this shit. And they know that, man, if you analyze Scott Yucker from the state police, that fucker is dirty shit. But how can you get access to his dirty shit if he's always so coy about his corruption? And he's been covering this up for years and years. And there's Greg Withers and other fucking retard state police doing it. How can you, and they won't prosecute staff almost ever. Okay? And that's what's protecting them. Oh, they know there's nothing there. There's no serious criminal justice. And then you have OIT. They're the same fucking way. The chief inspector has been there sweeping up every abusive incident for decades. And no one seriously looked at most of the incidents of abuse ever. No one. And when they're called in, they're there to fucking sweep this under the rug. They're not giving you a document that's going to say what really happened. They're going to give you a document that protects the state from liability and gets the union members and all their representatives out of trouble. There's this weird process too. You have a right to due process, right, as a patient inmate, but not this place. Now, normally you would be able to sue the hospital, but there's no attorneys. There's no attorneys there. None of them. There's only one that represents all the patients, named Harris, and he's a fucking corrupt little bitch who's on the payroll, man. He's best friends with all the doctors and staff. He refuses to prosecute anybody or lift a finger when abuse is happening. Ever. He's never done it. Not once. He's got patients all over the hospital pissed off at the same time, but they can't do, even if they're pissed off and he's corrupt and they're trying to make complaints, boom, can't do nothing. Because there's nobody there to go and remove this corrupt bitch or anyone else. There's no private investigations. You would think that an attorney, his job would be to go and build a legal case to get you the fuck out of the hospital if it's an abusive shithole. Not there. So he doesn't ever show up at your IDT. He doesn't show up to look at the crime scene. He doesn't go, oh my God, they had you locked up in a cage illegally in restraints for this amount of time. And they were flipping you off and different stuff was happening. Oh my God. And she was sexually abusing you? How come she ain't fired day one? You're supposed to fucking throw her in jail. Day one. You don't just you don't give them time. You don't give them years to be with their lover patient. You fucking arrest their cunt asses and get them the fuck out of the hospital. That's not what that place is for. And then you stop putting people there who don't need to be there for years. Because that's part of the problem is they have to fuck patients up because years go by, they're not let out when they're supposed to get out. And there's nothing to do but fucking hurt people. You got this really violent union who's like a military, just wants to fuck patients up. You can't do nothing else. There's going to be fights when you have that level of violence, of patients, staff controlling patients. And the retaliation with drugs works like this, man. They don't think you're going to be able to get help. No one's going to help you. They're already controlling all the advocates and people in that place. And none of the advocates have ever filed lawsuits on patients' behalf for abuse or nothing. Like what happens when the staff rapes a patient? Why is there an instant lawsuit? That's like easy lawsuit if that's happening. And that, well, that's because they're buddy, and they're part of the problem. And you learn that they're not real attorneys and advocates. They're just part of the problem. They're so integrated staff-wise, they don't raise a finger. They don't raise issues. They're not there to witness crime. And when they do witness it, they don't care. They go home and fuck their husbands, okay? They have personal lives. That's all about having cozy personal lives to them. Not going against the grain, not raising problems up. Not like bringing it to everyone's attention. And everyone has this method of working where they just don't raise issues across the whole country. They don't raise up issues when it's happening anywhere. Crime goes on all over the country so many times. And so when you have that level of crime happening everywhere, god damn. It must be each time that nothing happens, they know what's going on, but they just refuse to do nothing. Everywhere. It always comes out. Everywhere you look. And it doesn't matter if there's lots of information out there about what's going on or not. It doesn't matter. It's been out there. There's been information out there forever. And it's all like secret knowledge too. I mean, And when you got this, it's the same with everything, including directed energy. The information out there is out there already. We've been in the CNN, we've been watching Post, we've been on TV and radio. It's been out there. There's been books. There's huge internet communities. So if it's all out there, and there's patents, and there's military guys saying and using it, and everyone knows, and police officers know in their mind that they're using it, and they got a secret weapon, they're giddy about having it. Okay, that's the way they are. They're giddy about having secret weapons. If everyone knows, it just keeps going on for decades, and the FBI is paid to come in and cover it up every time. Damn, man. It doesn't become a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise, but somehow it is because the level of cover up is so fucking good. It's a strategic mass deception. And FBI has been exposed so many times too for doing stuff. Covering up murders, making them look like suicides when they weren't. Stuff like that. Yeah. Or making them look like accidents when they weren't. Or suicides. How about two bullet holes in a person's head? Someone who is known for exposing the CIA for stuff. How does a person self-inflict two bullet holes in their own brain? It's pretty fucking hard because you blow one hole in, your blood pressure is changing. Blood's pouring out your skull already. How do you get another bullet hole to go through your own head? Unless it's someone else standing there holding a gun, like a CIA op or somebody else. Or a gang member is being protected or some shit. Well, my friend, who's a political psychologist, came across that and he's like, holy fucking shit. And this guy was known to expose the CIA, write books about, probably something to do with the smuggling in of drugs to America and the CIA's operation to smuggle those drugs in and then sell them and stuff or whatever. So that sounds like serious shit right there. Why didn't the CIA get shut down like that? Just get rid of them. We don't need their shit at all. Because they're disposable. People come and take their place if we get rid of every CIA or FBI officer today. That's the thing. Get rid of every policeman. Get rid of every policeman, and a community of police officers will come and take their place, who aren't violent shit.